There's absolutely nothing that I find more pathetic than somebody basing their entire identity around the fact that they like one party over the other. In American politics, this is what I like to call a cuck. He ships himself out to whoever would watch his content just to try and get somewhere famous or try to be something more than he is. He doesn't want to take the time and effort to make good quality or really good arguments at all, so he just says a bunch of nonsense that he knows a group of people will enjoy, and that's how he gets famous. It's truly pathetic that this is what people base their entire identity around, and that's exactly what AndyPantsGaming has decided to do. He's trying to rally behind him a massive Republican crowd, and he knows it. He's all about politics and video games, and if you've seen any of my videos up to this point, you know that that's my least favorite thing ever. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to cover politics and video games because that is something that I think a lot of people misunderstand what I mean when I say I don't like politics and video games. Gay characters being in video games is fine as long as it's not their primary identity and they have other personality traits. It is fine by me. It is more than welcome. However, once you start making gay characters only for the fact that they are gay and only trying to push the fact that they are gay, that's when you're starting to push an agenda. AndyPantsGaming disagrees. Anything gay is bad. If you are gay, you are bad. This is all bad. I don't like this. This is bad. And that's where I start to lose some interest in what he's saying, and that's kind of where I lose a lot of people. If you think that gay people are bad, you are just dumb. They're normal people. Everyone's just a normal person at the end of the day. Just because of what they like to do in the bedroom is none of your business. A gaming character being gay is simply to give inclusivity where inclusivity was never there before. Ultimately, the developers making the game probably do care about this inclusivity. However, the publishers and the higher ups of the developer team really only care because there's money to be made off of inclusivity. Ultimately, I don't care if there's a gay person in a game and a gay guy feels, connected to that character. That's none of my business. For the people that enjoyed Dustborn because it was super inclusive and they felt connected to it, I'm happy for them. I truly don't understand why we have to rip things away from other people because straight white men are sad that the straight white men aren't prevalent anymore, which is not even true. AndyPantsGaming's fans are probably going to run to the comment section and say some hateful things about me, and that's okay. I'm perfectly okay with that. As long as you don't harass my audience. I mean, I really don't care what your feelings are towards me. You're a random person on the internet. I'll never see you in my life. I truly do not give a flying fuck. And for those of you saying, okay, but you're taking his words out of context, well, let's just watch his Concord video. I made one too, and let me tell you, he did not make any valid points about the game.
I mean, all the character archetypes we love are here. You've got the 50-year-old angry lesbian cat owner. You've got the morbidly obese Redditor with a fupa. Nobody here has any kind of sex appeal whatsoever. And of course, thank God there's not a single white person here.
Oh my God, exactly, dude. When I loaded into Concord and I played it for the first time, I was like, man, this game sucks. I can't play as a white man. That was truly my first concern about Concord, I gotta say. Not that the character design was fundamentally flawed, and not because the gameplay was fucking terrible. No, there's just no white men, and honestly, how can a game be good if there's no white people? I mean, that's just, it's simple as that.
Like, what happened to cool characters that weren't incredibly obese? Can you imagine in 2024 actually looking at a character and thinking, hell yeah, I want to be that guy. He's cool.
Actually, yeah. I mean, look at all these brand new characters that came out in games. I mean, I would like to be these guys. They look badass. But you wouldn't acknowledge that these characters are badass because, let's be real, you built your audience on purposely hating on things for absolutely no reason. You're fear-mongering people into hating gay people, and that's your entire identity. And let's get one thing very clear about AndyPantsGaming. He sold his soul in order to make this audience big. He sold his soul to get subscribers, and now he can never go back. You might be asking, well, maybe he genuinely believes this nonsense that he's saying on the internet. Unfortunately, that's just simply not the case. He said in plenty of other videos that he thought that gay people being in games was a good thing. Now, I don't know if a gay guy killed his dad, but that would be the only logical way that I think he would make that drastic of a switch in his ideology.
Roka almost sounds like she might be attractive, and then they give her a helmet and a AA bra size. Again, I'm telling y'all, Angry gay men and lesbians made this game. They hate straight men so much that they wanted to make sure we don't even get a scrap of anything we would want.
I bet that the developers' only goal when making this game was to make sure that the fucking straight white men playing it could not bust a nut. I bet that was the number one thing they were thinking of when they made this game. And I completely agree. A lot of straight white men simply only care about female characters when they're sexy and appeal to their sexuality. Except no, they don't, because some of the most popular characters in Overwatch, in my opinion, are some of the ugliest characters in Overwatch. People like characters because they have a good personality and because they're connected to them. Most people don't load into a game and go, man, I can't bust a nut to this character. I don't like this game, and then turn it off. That's just not how most gamers look at games. And sexiness is a completely subjective thing. I mean, the developers could have thought that Roko was the hottest character they made.
Linux is the closest thing to a character I can relate to, but they of course make him an alien and give him such personality-filled lines like, all right. Also, doesn't he just look like a knockoff of Michael Rooker's character from Guardians?
So you relate to the character, but because he's an alien and he has personality, he no longer relates to you? I don't get it.
And the biggest problem with Concord is that it's just gay as hell. It's a very, very gay game.
You fucking nailed it on the head right there, dude. I mean, holy fuck. When I loaded into Concord and I played the game, I was like, dude, this game is so fucking fun. The gameplay is thrilling. I mean, the guns are awesome. I mean, everything is awesome, but it's gay. So, like, it's fucking terrible. That was clearly the number one problem with Concord, guys. The number one problem.
And in case you're still not getting this, gay is bad. I don't like gay stuff. No straight guy wants to play a gay person in a game.
Last time I checked, I'd call myself a straight man, and I've gotta say, my favorite character of all time is Ellie from The Last of Us or Clementine from Telltale The Walking Dead, and last time I checked, those characters are pretty fucking gay, so maybe I have to do a gay test, but one of my straight friends' most favorite character of all time, one of his favorite characters he's ever played, is Tracer, and last time I checked, Tracer is lesbian, so again, maybe I'm just gay and I don't know it yet.
And generally, propaganda games with ESG scores funded by BlackRock tend to remove anything masculine. They hate men and they hate masculinity because it's the Chads of the world who can actually stop them and put their mouth on a curb one day.
Okay, let's be fucking real. Everybody that's watching this YouTube video right the fuck now, and everyone that's especially watching your YouTube video are gamers. They want nothing to do with actual physical interactions. They just want to play good games. Ultimately, your audience, however, may be a little bit more homophobic and racist than my audience, but hey, what are we going to do about that? This isn't the only thing that I think he's done that's really fucking stupid. I mean, he also did a debate with the ActMan, which, by the way, a fucking bore, but ActMan reposted it on his channel, which apparently he had permission to do, and then he proceeded to copyright strike ActMan for reposting it. That is obviously a false copyright strike. And he also calls ActMan and Angry Joe people that don't want to piss off the other, political party, and that they're owned by these political parties on the left. But I mean, let's be real. Angry Joe is very, very, very public about his political standing. He is very much so a left-leaning person. I mean, you could say he's all the way to the left. ActMan is the exact opposite. He sits directly in the middle. I mean, if you compare AndyPantsGaming and Angry Joe, ActMan would be dead center. He covers both topics that both would consider pretty offensive, and he doesn't really give a fuck while doing it. I wouldn't say that I'm an avid ActMan subscriber. I would not even say that I like his content to the degree that others may. But I do think that calling him a puppet for left propaganda is a fucking idiotic statement to make, and AndyPantsGaming is a fucking idiot. Ultimately, the reason why I even wanted to discuss this topic is that AndyPantsGaming is the definition of politics in video games, and they're also the definition of calling out politics in video games that isn't politics in video games. It's the dumbest fucking thing. It's my least favorite fucking thing, and this will be the very last time I even talk about this motherfucker. Ultimately, AndyPantsGaming, you are a fragile little boy. If anybody is a shell for one of the corporations, or if anybody is a shell for a political party, it would be you. Just remember that you're the one that said gay people being in video games was a good thing. Just remember that you were the one that supported this. Now you're only backing out because, oh no, you're realizing that a lot of people will support fear-mongering as long as they like what you're saying. At the end of the day, I am not somebody that supports two left or right ideologies. I play video games, I talk about video games, and that's about it. If you ask me my political standing, that's what you're going to get. I talk about video games and I play video games. Now leave me the fuck alone. AndyPantsGaming, I honestly hope that you go back to being a normal human being instead of selling your soul for fucking likes and views. It's not a good look on you, I must say. If you enjoyed this video, I will continue ranting for your enjoyment. Leave a like and subscribe, and I understand that for a lot of people that came here for my Concord video or even my PS5 video, that this is a lot tamer. And that's because I wanted to take it more serious. I wanted to be serious because this is something that I hate and this is something that I wanted to be serious about. This is something that I really didn't want to make a joke of because then people may use it against me and may not take what I'm saying too seriously. But I hope that you stick around because these videos are going to vary from being serious to being funny depending on what I'm talking about. And if you support AndyPantsGaming and made it this far, I hope you always remember,
Gay is bad. I don't like gay stuff.
How you ballin', boy, you not a starter. I only sip on Fiji water. Turn your block to Pearl Harbor. TJ Dizzle Snow go harder.